Hello, my name is Mallory, and I've been on a weight loss journey for what feels like forever, but I have been finding a lot of success these past couple of months, and I attribute a lot of that success to number one, diet, but also exercise. And I live quite a ways away from a gym. I also have two young kids. It just doesn't make sense for me to go to the gym. So I do all of my working out at home. I also don't have the biggest space in the world, so I do a lot of YouTube workouts. My favorite YouTubers to work out with are Kaylee Cohen Fit, MK Fit, Madeline Raskin. Am I forgetting somebody? I do a bunch of Chloe Ting challenges, so she's probably my favorite for challenges. But lately I've been wanting to mix it up a little bit, try some new YouTubers. So I did try a Grow with Joe, and I have now added her into my rotation. Today I'm going to be trying GrowingAnnanas or Annanas. Anna. Her name is Anna, GrowingAnnanas. I remember about 2 years ago when I first started working out at home, I did put on one of her videos and I died. I didn't make it very long, maybe like 5 minutes. And it really frustrated me at the time. At the time, I couldn't do a lot of workouts. So it's not even that Anna is very, well, maybe she is. I don't know. We'll find out. So at the time, I knew that she was just too difficult for me in that moment. But my goal was to work up to her. So I kept her in the back of my head, and today is the day. We are going to start a challenge of hers. This challenge is called the Level Up 2.0 Challenge. It is a 14-day challenge, and I will read to you what she says about this challenge. Welcome to the Level Up 2.0, my new super sweaty 14-day workout challenge. This one is all about intense killer HIIT workouts that will leave you super sweaty and full of energy. We'll mix HIIT, upper and lower body workouts, Tabata, and strong yoga flows to keep it fun and balanced. I created this challenge to help you push yourself, stay motivated, and feel stronger every single day. No equipment needed, just you, your mat, and the commitment to show up. So here we go. Let's talk about my first week at the Level Up 2.0 Challenge. Day one is a 35-minute HIIT plus abs workout. Super sweaty and challenging. Now, while I was doing this workout, yes, it was HIIT. Yes, it was abs, but I feel like it was definitely also a full body workout. I felt it absolutely everywhere. I did have to pause and take a few longer breaks than what she had, and I may have stopped with like 10 seconds left of a few exercises, but I did complete the full workout. I just think my issue is my stamina is absolutely zero. I have the same issue with running. I just can't go for a very long time. That's why I've kind of gravitated more towards strength workouts, because it's just less of the same stamina. Although I do want to work on my cardio a little bit more for heart health, this is probably very good for me. I did notice that there were no low impact options, which was kind of difficult for me for one reason being I just don't have a lot of space where I work out. I work out in a very small room. It has a large couch in it. It has my computer in it. It's got the TV. It's got kid toys in it. There's a lot of stuff in my workout space, and it makes some of these exercises a little more difficult. What also makes these exercises difficult is the jumping. I have had two kids, and I have learned I'm not able to jump rope anymore. We'll just leave it at that. The description for this says it's for all levels, but I don't know if I could recommend this specific workout to a beginner. I know I would not have been able to do this even a year ago, maybe even half a year ago. But also maybe if you're a beginner that's also a runner, this one might be okay for you because maybe your stamina is just so much higher than mine. Day 2, 35-minute killer legs home workout. The burn is real. So after about 15 minutes, my legs were already sore, so I thought that this was going to be a rough one for sure. Again, I didn't notice any low impact moves. I think this is how the challenge is going to be. I'm not sure if any videos outside of this challenge have low impact options. She might do that for her regular videos. I was shocked at how much stronger I felt after I was done with this workout. My legs felt huge. For some reason, I was like, oh, I packed on a ton of muscle, even though that's not how it goes. That is how I felt. And I was surprised about this because there's no equipment for this. I'm just using my body weight. So no dumbbells, no resistance bands, nothing. Just my body weight. And I felt like this was more difficult than a weighted workout that I've done in the past. And although I was feeling sore during this workout, the next day I felt fine. Day 3, 35-minute upper body burn workout, no equipment, workout from home. It says it's an upper body workout, and it is an upper body workout, but I feel like a majority of this workout was abs. There was a little bit of arms, but a good portion of it were abs. It was all on the floor, which is okay. I feel like I would have done a lot better if I had different shoes and a different yoga mat, because my yoga mat and my shoes are so old that they slip around like crazy. I also just cheaped out on both of these things, so I need to get some new shoes and a new mat. But anyways, the planks were especially difficult for me because of this slipping around, so you might see me modify my planks a little bit or just look in pain. I do think that what made it difficult was just the mat and the shoes. Otherwise, I would have been fine. Day 4, 25-minute Pulse It Out Pilates-inspired workout. Low impact, full body, no equipment. Now, I was pretty slow to get to this one, not gonna lie. I woke up with my period and I wanted to not do anything on this day. I was cranky and bloated and yuck. And the only reason that I actually did this one was because I looked at it and it said low impact. You see it in the title? It says low impact. And yes, I guess technically it was low impact. There was no jumping, but it was still challenging. It wasn't like the active rest day that I was hoping for when I saw the words low impact. I kind of just thought, oh, this one will be super easy. No, it was still challenging. And there were very few breaks. So of course, you know, I had to pause it. I had to add my extra breaks to it. I probably would have enjoyed it more if it wasn't for my period and my mood. I was just not having it on this day. Day 5, 30-minute deep core and abs home workout. Crazy burn, no equipment. So I'm starting to do better at ab workouts in general than when I started about a year ago. I do them a little bit more consistently in my regular workout routine, but I will say I'm still far from being strong in this category. I still struggle a little bit at least. So this was another challenging workout. And what I really don't understand is how she does all of this without making any faces at all. I'm sure the camera captured my faces. I'm making faces all the time, and they aren't cute faces. How is she just chilling and even smiling? I just don't get it. I wonder this about a lot of these fitness instructors. But they're also much more fit than me. That's probably the answer. So you'll see that I cannot do a side plank, maybe because of my strength issues, maybe because of my slippery mat. Who knows? but I did end up modifying it. And because I've been working out consistently for about a year, maybe year and a half, I do know modifications for certain workouts. Just on the top of my head, I can figure it out. I'm not sure if me as a total beginner would have thought about how to modify a side plank, if she could have figured it out. But this is one of those instances where I do wish that there were alternatives to the exercise, and I'm not sure if Anna is trying to cater towards beginners or if she wants more intermediate. Her description says any level, so I assume any level can give it a go. Usually when a YouTube video claims any level, though, they give low impact options or alternative exercises for ones that might be more difficult for somebody that is a complete beginner. I don't know. Okay, I might confuse you here, but on day 6, I actually decided to do day 7 because I had somewhere to be on this day and I did not want to show up all sweaty. So I switched it out for day 7, which is the 10-minute strong yoga flow at home mobility routine. And this one was okay. It was very, very quick, which is what I needed. I did not get sweaty, and it was relaxing and enjoyable. Not too much to say about it. Then the next day, when I did not have somewhere to be, I did day 6, the 24-minute freaky Tabata HIIT workout. Get ready to sweat. And 10 minutes in, I had to pause and take a break or I was going to puke. I was feeling dizzy. I paused it, I took a look at it, and I saw that 20 minutes were left, and I was not happy about that. So I took a break, I drank some water, I went to the bathroom. I took maybe like a full 5-minute long break. And I got back to it when I wasn't feeling as dizzy. Now currently I don't do a lot of cardio. I have had my running eras and they haven't lasted very long because I do not have good endurance. So when I'm not in my running era, usually my cardio is either an MK Fit dance workout or doing an incline walk on my treadmill. So pretty sure that that is the reason why this workout was so challenging, because it really had my heart going. I want to say that there weren't breaks between these exercises, but looking back, there were. They were 10-second breaks, but I was dying, so it felt like absolutely nothing. That's probably the point of this workout, though. I went and Googled what a Tabata workout is, and I've done videos that are labeled as Tabata workouts, but I've never really looked into what it actually is. Here's what Google has to say about it. A Tabata workout: they are HIIT exercises where you perform at max intensity for 20 seconds followed by 10 seconds of rest, which is exactly what this workout was. So I'm not going to blame Anna for giving me what was promised in the title. So let's reflect on the 7 days. I'll be honest, I want to stop. Nothing against Anna, just not the workouts that I gravitate to daily. I like instructors that talk a little bit more. The workout themselves are good and I don't get bored of the actual moves. So I like that it's not very repetitive. And she does a good job at modeling the exercise and showing a preview of the moves. Exercises are challenging, but not completely impossible, even though I have to take a few extra breaks. I will say that these are not apartment friendly, and I wish there were some more low impact options, but I think the point of the workouts that she's giving are to do the exercises that she's actually showing. Now we're on week 2. Day 8 is the 35-minute HIIT home workout, super sweaty. And I'm gonna be honest with this one, I don't know what my deal was. I was not feeling it on this day. Watching this, you can probably tell I was not going 100%. It was maybe like 70%. Also, the nerve to follow up 2 minutes of burpees with 2 more minutes of burpees. I can't even explain what my thoughts were at this point. If I was not filming this video, if I did not want to see the full results of this challenge, I would not have done 2 more minutes of burpees. I probably wouldn't have even done the first 2 minutes of burpees. I probably would have done like 3 burpees and called it good. I did do it. And yes, I did do it a lot more slowly than Anna did. A lot more slowly. I was doing maybe 1 burpee to her 5. I hate burpees. I hate them. And on this day, I was in pain. Moving on to day 9, 30-minute Tabata Legs home workout, challenging and intense. And once again on this day, I am in pain. And I don't even know if the pain was from the day before or if the pain was from this workout, but I was just in pain. I'm also just really not a fan of leg day. I just don't like doing them. And my knees are not great knees. I don't know, they've never been good. I feel like I have strong legs, and where I kind of lack on leg day is just my knees. If my knees would just cooperate, I think I would look a lot stronger than I am. But anyways, so this day I was starting to feel a lot stronger within all of these workouts. So I took a little bit less breaks, but I did take a little bit extra break still. I needed more time than Anna gave. Day number 10, the 30-minute stronger upper body workout, toned arms, shoulders, and chest. Now on this one, she did suggest using some very light dumbbells, but I do think that you could do the exercises that she does with the dumbbells with just your body weight and you would be just fine. And if you think that you could lift heavier than your lightest weight that you have at home, I'm gonna suggest you start with the light weights and see how you feel after a little bit. I've learned through home workouts that when the YouTuber tells you to use light weights, they usually are meaning it for a reason. They mean it because you will never be putting your arms down on that day. So throughout this workout, there weren't many breaks, and I do think that that is the point because you're using either no weight at all or very light weights, and the time under tension is what makes it challenging. I did really want to give my arms a break, but I knew that if I took very long breaks or multiple breaks that I wouldn't get the same impact with this workout. So I tried my best to not take breaks, but every once in a while I did put my arms down, but it was really only for a couple of seconds and then they were back up. Day 11, 30-minute crazy burn, low impact workout. No equipment, high intensity. I'm not sure if at this point I was just getting stronger or if this was actually low impact compared to the low impact workout from last week. Last week, low impact was a lot more difficult than the low impact from this week. This was the low impact workout that I wanted last week when I was on my period and I was just like, no, I don't want to do anything. This is what I wanted. Now, I did enjoy the exercises, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to get very bored of Anna's videos. Again, nothing against Anna, it's just this is not my style of workout that I usually go for. I did enjoy the exercises that Anna had, and it does feel like she really does mix them up, but I am just starting to get bored of just listening to music. That's just a me thing. If you are somebody that enjoys somebody talking, you're probably like me and would get bored with this. But if you like to plug in your own headphones, listen to your own music or podcast, these are perfect for you. Because the workouts, they're challenging, but she mixes it up and it's fun. Moving on to day 12, 25-minute deep core and abs workout. Crazy burn, no equipment. What's crazy about this challenge is that anytime there are abs and core exercises or focused videos, these tend to be my favorite ones, I think. And it's crazy because if you told me like a year ago that I would enjoy doing ab workouts, I would not believe you at all, because at the beginning of the year last year, I did the Chloe Ting 2-week shred. This is a little bit of a tangent from this video, but it's kind of connected. And during that video, I just hated doing abs, and a lot of it was because I had a big gut. I didn't have any muscle in my core at all, and it was just really, really difficult to the point where I felt that each move was almost impossible for me to do. And now that I have built up my strength and I've lost some weight, abs and core is a lot more enjoyable. But yeah, that's not really a reflection on the challenge, but more a reflection on me as a whole. I really enjoyed this video. I thought it was good. And again, I might be just getting stronger throughout this whole challenge. I don't feel like it's a crazy noticeable difference, but there's definitely a difference. I think I'm getting stronger. The workouts are starting to get a little bit more easier at this point. Day 13, I was scared for day 13. 30-minute super sweaty HIIT, no equipment, no repeat home workout. And before I started this, I did see a comment at the very top saying something about one-legged burpees, and I was instantly in fear. I did not want to press play. I'm a little traumatized from the 4 minutes of burpees from a couple days ago. And also the night before this, I slept funny and messed up my neck to the point where literally drinking water and tilting my head back to drink water hurt. So my neck was not good on this day. So I really wanted to skip on this day, but I decided to go for it because I didn't want to mess up my schedule. I was running out of time to get this challenge done and to have enough time to edit this video. So I had to do it on this day. And of course, this day was one of the more difficult ones. Also, literally just being dressed for my workout, like I woke up in the morning and immediately put on what I was going to wear working out. That pushed me enough to actually get started on this workout. So if you need a little tip, just even if you're not planning on working out, just put it on. You might just surprise yourself and do it. There have been some days where I've really not been feeling it and I put on my workout clothes and I do decide to just skip it for the day and I just wear athleisure throughout the day. It's fine, but just put it on in the morning and see how you feel after that. Anyways, this workout opened with Sexy and I Know It, and it was a little off-brand Sexy and I Know It, but it gave you the vibe of it. I forgot how much I liked that song. I remember dancing to that in high school and it was so much fun. So anyways, the song really amped me up, and in the beginning, I was moving so good. And I'll admit the rest of the songs didn't really have the same effect on me, but having high energy at the very beginning did push me throughout the rest of this workout. And again, on this day, I felt stronger. The exercises became easier. I didn't take as many longer breaks. I took maybe 2 extra breaks throughout this workout, and I was taking so many extra breaks at the very beginning of this challenge that I added on maybe an extra 10 minutes to my workouts. I'm not gonna lie. This one felt good. It was still challenging, but it felt good. Now we are on the last day of the challenge, day 14. 25-minute full body stretching, body weight only, rest and recover. I don't often do yoga or stretching. I should stretch more often than I do, but I don't. So I'm gonna preface this by saying that I am not flexible and I don't do yoga very often. The only cool downs that I really do are ones where if they're actually included at the end of a video, then I will do it. But if I have to click a separate video or I need to dedicate a full day to stretching and yoga, it just doesn't happen. Maybe I should do that in 2026. Maybe yoga and stretching is going to be added on to that. I probably should start working on that a little more. So the last yoga workout of this challenge was only 10 minutes long, and this one was 25 minutes. And one of the things that I struggle with the most with stretching and yoga is that I just don't have the patience for it. I get bored. So my biggest hurdle on this day was my boredom. And yes, about 10 minutes in, I did get bored. It was very relaxing though, like the music was really relaxing. I did enjoy stretching when I started the pose, but doing a pose for like a full minute, I just got bored. I don't know what to do about that. If you have any tips for how to not get bored while you're stretching or doing yoga, please let me know. So I pushed through my boredom, and the stretches didn't get too difficult until the very end. There were probably like 2 stretches that were a little more difficult for me. So if you're looking for a very good beginner one, this is a good one. Ting also has a good beginner stretch that I really enjoyed, and it was about 8 minutes long. It was like the perfect stretch. I think that was a part of her weight loss challenge. I will link it below. Remind me if I did not. It is a good one. So reflecting on week 2, I definitely started feeling a lot stronger by the end of it. I feel like also at some point during the week, I ditched my shoes and I started doing the workout in my socks. And then at some point I ditched the socks and I had my feet out. Please don't look at my feet. I feel like the sockless part made it a lot easier. So if you are doing this challenge, just try it different ways. Try it with shoes, try it with just socks, try it without any socks, barefoot. Now looking at the challenge as a whole, I have a few pros, I have a few cons, I have a few suggestions. Let's start with the cons because there are definitely more pros than cons for this challenge, and we're just gonna end on a positive note. So with the cons, I was a little upset that there seemed to be very little or no low impact options. Yes, there were like the 2 workout videos that were completely low impact, but it would have been nice for some of like the HIIT ones, and I get it. The point is to get your heart rate up, to really work on cardio. I get it. But jumping jacks for me are so hard. I had to take like 3 bathroom breaks. It just, postpartum, jumping jacks, pretending I'm jumping rope, jumping. I can't do it. I also didn't like the short cooldown times. And again, that's the point of these videos, but it is a con for me. I wish there were more cooldown times. I did have to pause a few times to give myself more of a break. And she does in her description box encourage you to take longer breaks if you feel like you need it. So I get why she doesn't do it, but it was something that I disliked. Another con is that it just isn't my preferred style of working out. I prefer when the instructor is talking to me, either just chatting or talking about form or just verbally explaining the move. I feel like I also do better at my exercises if I have it really, really explained to me. Like, the visual part is important, but also just a description, it really helps me. And that is also just personal preference. I know a lot of people enjoy having their own music playing, or they just don't want somebody talking at them. So depends on who you are. And the last con is that I kind of wish there was a complete rest day somewhere in there. Like, there was the 2 yoga days that were more active rest days, but I did throw in 2 days where I did a complete rest day, or I was doing family things, and so I just didn't work out that day. You know, life happens. But I do wish that there were some rest days in there. And I'm sure if you were to talk to Anna about that, she would definitely encourage you to throw in a rest day wherever you see fit. She seems like the type of person that's very understanding and very kind. So I think she would get it. All right, now that we got the cons out of the way, let's talk about the pros. I like that this was a no equipment challenge, and it was actually challenging no equipment challenge. Sometimes no equipment challenges can be pretty easy. This one didn't feel like it was on easy mode. It felt difficult still. I like having the option for no equipment. If you were to, say, travel and you just don't have access to equipment, or if you just don't have your own equipment at home and you want to get started somewhere, the no equipment workouts are a great way to start. And this is a good one for if you want no equipment and you still want it to hurt. Another pro is that it is a very effective workout for only 30 minutes of your day. I got very sweaty most days, and I felt like I had really pushed myself, and it took up such a small fraction of my day. I also loved that most videos came with their own warm-up and cool-down. Like I said earlier, if I don't have it thrown straight up in the video, a warm-up or a cool-down, I just won't warm up and I won't cool down. So I like that they're just thrown into the video. It forces me to do it. Another pro is that this was a really well-organized challenge. There's a playlist on her channel. It's very easy to see your days and to just do it. It's really organized. I think she also has an app. Don't quote me on this because I didn't check out the app. But I bet you if it's similar to the Chloe Ting app, it's laid out even better on the app. And then for some reason, I felt the need to add to my pros list again, a good workout in a short time window. That was already a pro, but I felt it so much I put it twice. Now let's talk about how I feel. Now with the Chloe Ting challenges, I did take a before and after picture because I felt like Chloe Ting challenges kind of revolve around that. And for this one, I didn't feel great about doing that because I felt like Anna wanted you to focus more about how you feel and if you're feeling stronger. My cat's drinking my coffee. So yeah, I did not do a before and after photo. Instead, I want to talk about how I'm feeling. And I am definitely feeling a lot stronger today than I did 2 weeks ago. And again, I'm amazed that I feel like this with a no equipment challenge. It's a good one. So would I recommend this challenge? Kinda, sorta, maybe. The only thing holding me back from completely recommending this challenge is that I know Mallory a year ago or 2 years ago would have hated this challenge because she would have quit after 5 minutes. So I think if you are a beginner or a complete beginner, you wouldn't enjoy this challenge and it would not be good. Like you wouldn't get out of it what you wanted. So for beginners, no. For maybe an advanced beginner is what I'm going to call it. That's what I'll call myself, an advanced beginner, because I don't feel like I'm quite at intermediate quite yet, but I do feel better than I did a year ago. I think for an advanced beginner, this is a good one because it's challenging, but you can still do it. Will I do another Anna challenge? Maybe, but not for a while, but solely because it's just not my format. I wanted her to talk to me. I'm gonna stop bringing that up because I know I brought it up quite a bit, but it is very important to me. Like I get bored. And I have the same problem with like the Chloe Ting challenges that I do. Like I enjoy the actual workout. I enjoy the challenges, but just talk to me. Very personal preference. But I did decide to subscribe to GrowingAnnanas. I did decide to subscribe to Anna because I do enjoy her workouts, and I feel like they'll have a time and place in my rotation every once in a while if I want a challenge, but I just don't feel like picking up my weights. I feel like she's a good one to go to. I think I need to try out some of her weighted workouts too to see if I like those. I just can't imagine adding weights to her workouts because they're already so difficult. I don't know if I'd be able to do it, but I'm gonna give them a go. So let me know if you've ever done a GrowingAnnanas. Let me know if you've ever done an Anna challenge, or if you've ever done any of her videos before. Let me know your thoughts below, and let me know if there's any challenges you'd like to see me do next. Maybe a challenge that I would enjoy where somebody talks to me. And I will see you next time. Bye!